We'll start with Meredith on your right.
Jose, what does it mean to you to come in and see your name in the lineup knowing you're starting in your first World Series game?
It's exciting. It sounds very cliche of me, but like it's a young kid's dream. I mean, I was just talking to Zillow outside, man, and this is, being able to put on this uniform and perform in a World Series game. This is every kid's dream come true.
We'll go to John in the second row. Jose,
watching you and Austin all season, you guys really, it seems, share such a tight bond, in good times and when struggling. How do you guys kind of benefit each other, help each other, all that stuff?
I think it's just we want to see each other do well. I mean, no matter what. And I know sometimes people might say this and that, but we really strive for each other. We want each other to do well, especially now. We want to win. Like, it's all about winning. It has always been about winning with me and him, whether it's him in the lineup or me in the lineup. If I ask him for what he has on them or if he asks me what I have on them, it's coming from the heart. It's coming because we want to win.
Any questions for Jose? Meredith?
Jose, I saw you out there on the field early. Just what's going through your mind as you're preparing? Are you thinking about the moment, or are you just...
No, I do that pretty much every day, all the time. I think it's for me, it's not going to be any different for me. Anytime I get to put on this uniform, wear the pinstripes in front of this crowd, I'm going to give you everything I have. I'm going to put my heart out there. I'm going to give you everything I have, no matter what, every time I put on this jersey.
We'll stay there with Susan.
How have you seen Clark Schmidt mature in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, Clark has taken tremendous strides in the past few years, from catching him in 22 till now. He's really matured as a premium starting pitcher. I think he's done a great job in his prep work, how he handles his body. I feel like his pitch arsenal, he's been, upping every single time I catch him. I feel like he gets better command of this pitch or that pitch, and it's an exciting time for him. I'm super pumped for him tonight.
We'll go to Ron in the second row.
In the few years since PitchCom's been put in, have they improved the volume where on games like these where the crowd is just buzzing the whole time, it's not an issue trying to hear each other?
Yeah, no, they have I think they have earplugs too that you could put an earpiece in, but I think PitchCom has done great. Yeah, it's fine.
Can you hear over a crowd like this?
Yeah, you can hear.
Other questions? We'll go to Max standing on this side.
Jose, what kind of challenges do the Dodgers present from a base stealing standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. They run the bases well. They like to go get the 90 feet, and I feel like we're just going to keep, making pitches, do what we have to do. Pitchers are doing a good job. Obviously, Austin, good throw last night or the night before. Just keep going that way.
Other questions for Jose? We'll go to the front row.
Trevino, congratulations on making it to the World Series. You guys are 2-0. You guys needed to win tonight to be able to come back tomorrow and tie this series at home. What is the conversation that going in the clubhouse between you guys to how to face this tonight?
Yeah, it's a good question. I always said if there's a team that could take a gut punch, it's this team right here in this clubhouse. I mean, we're excited for the opportunity. It's not over, and everybody knows that. Everybody knows what we're capable of, and we know what they're capable of, and we're going to come out today. We know our fans are going to be behind us. There's a reason why this is the best stadium in the world. And hopefully tonight the fans can show them.
Other questions for Jose? Am I missing anybody? All right, Jose, thanks so much. Appreciate your time. We'll see you soon.
Buenas tardes. Good evening. Luis, I would like to know what about your feelings right now before the first pitch in your first game in a World Series.
¿Cómo se va a sentir, verdad? Esa sensación de participar en tu primer juego de una serie mundial. ¿Cómo se va a sentir ese primer lanzamiento cuando ya estés en la lomita?
Bueno, se va a sentir bastante genial, ¿sabes? Es un sueño vivido, gracias a Dios. Podamos pichar en la serie mundial y a dar lo mejor de mí.
I think it's going to be great. It's it's gonna be like a dream come true. Just being out there and taking action. I think it's gonna be incredible.
Third row on your right, guys. Peter.
Hi, Luis. Is there anything from your first postseason start that you can take away that you believe will serve you well going into this one on a slightly bigger stage now?
Tú sabes, entendiendo de que sería tu segundo juego en unos playoffs, algo de esa primera salida, de esa experiencia, de esa primera salida en estos playoffs que tú creas que te va a ayudar a lanzar mañana.
La experiencia que yo cogí fue de controlar las emociones y estar calmado, picheo por picheo, tú sabes, enfrentando a los bateadores.
I think the experience that I've gotten, from watching and participating is just how to control the emotions out there. There's a lot going on, but at the same time, you just have to take it pitch by pitch, and batter by batter.
Stay over there, guys, with Mark on your right.
Hey, Luis, and thank you, Marlon. Luis, you've pitched once, really, this month. Just what's been the biggest challenge in making sure your arm is ready for tomorrow?
Y como saben, Luis, ¿verdad? En este mes solamente han lanzado una sola vez, pero entendiendo de todo lo que ha sido lo más difícil de hacer para mantenerte en ritmo y así puedas competir a tu nivel.
Nosotros hemos estado practicando, ¿sabes? La semana entera, normal, el mismo ritmo que nosotros tenemos cuando vamos a lanzar. Hemos estado practicando fuerte, tú sabes, para mantenernos enfocados en el juego. Y nada, esperando que llegue mañana para hacer un buen trabajo en equipo con Dios delante.
Yeah, I think it has been key to the way you prepare and practice. We've been staying as close as you can to the routine we had throughout the year. So just working hard and trying to stay as sharp as you can. And really just looking forward to tomorrow, and hopefully everything is going to be good for us.
Second row on your left, guys.
Buenas tardes. A nivel equipo, sabemos hay muchas cosas, como todos los equipos, ¿no?, que pueden mejorar, pero a nivel personal, has comentado ya de controlar tus emociones. Además de eso, en una cuestión técnica, ¿hay algo que sientes que personalmente puedes mejorar o poner más?
Dame hacer la traducción así. So, understanding, that as a team, everybody wants to improve and be better, but from a personal point of view, is there something technically that you can improve or work on for your outing tomorrow?
Un poco más el control, ¿sabes? Tengo que mejorar y lo he estado practicando bastante toda la semana que tengo practicando. Lo he practicado bastante el control y espero que con Dios mañana tenga un buen control.
Yeah, control is something that you can definitely improve on. For me personally, it's something that we've been working on to be better at, to be more efficient when executing my pitches. So, yeah, that's something that definitely I think I can improve on, and I've been working on.
Do one last question in English. John, on your right, guys, second row.
So I don't know if you know yet. We definitely don't who's cashing for you tomorrow. One thing that the pitchers have all been saying all year, though, is that whether it's Jose or Austin back there, they kind of feel like it's the same thing, that they're getting the same information. How do you think those two have worked so well together, and how does that benefit the pitchers to have that level of communication just between them?
Tú sabes que, entendiendo, ¿verdad?, que tú no sabes quién va a cachar mañana, el juego de mañana, pero muchos de tus compañeros de los lanzadores han hablado la buena comunicación que hay entre Trevino y Wells, que se sienten que independientemente de quién esté detrás del plato, llaman el juego de una misma manera. Entre ellos se comunican durante el juego, no importa quién esté jugando esa noche. Entonces, desde tu punto de vista, ¿lo has visto así? ¿Qué tan importante es eso para ustedes, los lanzadores, tener dos catchers que se lleven tan bien y tengan esa coordinación entre ellos?
Claro, eso es muy importante, o sea, que se lleven así, porque lo que el otro sabe se lo enseña al otro, y lo que el otro se lo enseña al otro. Eso es muy importante, ¿sabes? Porque nosotros como los pitchers, los catchers nos ayudan bastante cuando uno está lanzando de arriba y nos controlan mucho, y eso es muy importante, que se lleven bien.
It's very important, when you have guys like that are working together, synced in on on the way to call a game, it's very important. Sometimes you have a catcher with a different point of view or seeing the game from a different point of view that can help the catcher behind the plate and vice versa. So for us, our catchers are extremely important, especially when you're trying to execute a pitch plan. So to have those guys back there, the friendship and how good they are behind the plate it's huge for us.
How you doing, Boone? My question is, we haven't seen the Yankees hitter do what they supposed to do in the last couple of days. That we're gonna see Jason Dominguez sometimes in the lineup.
I mean, not right now, but it's playoffs. You never know moving forward. He's not in there tonight, but always ready to go.
Do you think will you think before if you want to move up Judge second or down a little bit just to take a little bit pressure out of him hitting third right now in the World Series?
It's the World Series. No, that's our guy, and there's pressure in the series, whatever spot you're hitting. So he's our guy, and confident he'll get it going.
Andy, right to your right.
Aaron, in terms of using your bench, particularly for pinch hit opportunities, it's unique this time of year, obviously, how long it's been since some guys have played, had at bat. So at what point do guys like Dominguez or whoever else start to get cold where you have to think harder about up there against a great relief pitcher?
Yeah. I mean, that plays in. Like the way we're set up, we're not really built to like have that pinch hit or platoon. John Birdie was kind of the right-handed option with some of our lefties. That's kind of gone away. So that's just part of who we are and where we're at in the season. But that being said, they're all ready to go and need to be on a moment's notice. I say all the time, like they might find themselves up in the biggest moment of the season. So we'll keep them as ready as we can.
But is it change what you sort of bake into your calculation for making a pinch hit call as we get deeper into the month? Is it part of the?
I guess a little bit, but again, there's not a lot with our group that I'm hitting for guys in certain situations.
Fourth row on your right, Aaron. On your far right, John.
It's hard to believe it's been almost 2 weeks since you guys have played a game here at this point. How do you think that's going to impact the group to have the fans tonight?
Yeah, hopefully it puts a charge in us. I know everyone's looking forward in doing it and going out there in Yankee Stadium in the World Series. So I was thinking about on the flight home a little bit. It's like, we've had a lot of workouts here, but it has been a minute. So we're excited to get back here. It's going to be a cool night, and it's going to feel like the World Series, and our guys are ready for it.
It's standing right behind there.
Aaron, there's been a fair amount made so far in the World Series about you guys maybe not working the at-bats as long as we saw during the regular season. How do you walk that line of making sure you're in the aggressive swings that you preach, but also making their pitchers work?
Well, I mean, we're 2 games into this, and in the second game, I think Yamamoto did a really good job of once he got a lead of really attacking and getting ahead. So, part of being patient is not sitting around and digging a hole for yourself. I think one of the guys, I point to Glaber. One of the things that's been so good about him for the last 3 months is there's a patient component to what he's doing and getting on base. And there's been a number of, 7, 8, 10 pitch at bats, but he's also going up there looking to get after it right away on pitch 1. So that's a fine line. Like if they're working and trying to get ahead of you, you got to be ready for that. And now as at bats start to unfold, as people nibble, hopefully that's where our strength shows up.
First row on your left, Aaron. Chris?
Lefties have hit Buehler very well this season. So why Trevino over Wells today?
Righties have hit him pretty well too, and historically he's we view him very neutral. This just comes down to I just felt like it was the right day to get Trevi in there with what Austin's gone through a little bit offensively the last couple months. Again, I still maintain I have a ton of confidence in Austin that he's going to have a big at-bat for us, the right at-bat for us. But I just felt like getting some more balance in there was the right thing to do tonight.
And with the offense kind of sputtering a little bit in these past 2 games, was there any consideration of shaking up the lineup even further?
I considered a couple things on the long flight home, but this is what I settled on.
I assume you don't want to share some of the considerations?
Nah, I considered a couple different iterations.
We'll stay there in the first row.
Aaron Crystal Rich, KTLA. You're going against a pitcher you haven't seen much in Walker Buehler. You spoke about it a little bit, but what is the biggest key to making some of those adjustments at the plate to get the hits you guys are looking for?
Yeah, I mean, again, ultimately hitting comes down to taking advantage of mistakes, having a convicted plan up there of what you're going up there to look for, where you're looking for it, and then being able to control the strike zone, which is, a hallmark of our success. It's what the Dodgers do really well, making sure we're swinging at the pitches we want to swing at. And if we can do that, we'll give ourselves a good chance.
And what is the mood amongst your guys right now, down 2 games, but back at home?
Yeah, we're relishing the opportunity to try and get back in a series tonight. I mean, I think the guys are in a great frame of mind. We're ready to go, and we know how obviously important this game is tonight.
5th row on your right, Barry.
Aaron, you take this job, you know the history of the franchise, kind of the enormity of it. What is it like to go through seasons where really the only acceptable outcome is either getting here or winning the whole thing?
I don't know. It's what here, being here. It's part of it. It's part of the beauty of it. Like, there's tremendous expectations for good reason, and we try and run to those and embrace it, and work really hard to put ourselves in a position to have an opportunity to do this, compete for a world championship. So when you're in it, you just kind of nose down and trying to achieve that ultimate goal.
Standing beyond the first row on your right, Peter.
Is there anything, either in this postseason so far or before this, that tells you Clark Schmidt is ready for this moment? Is there anything you've seen from him that gives you confidence for this stage?
Yeah, I've seen his growth now for 4 years. I talk all the time about his confidence. He'll be the most confident guy on the field tonight. I promise you that. So, and for good reason. He's got the stuff and the arsenal and everything to back it up. So whatever his results are tonight, I know he'll be expecting excellence and walking out there with a lot of confidence. And it's really been fun to see him grow over these 4 years, how much he's really gotten so much better year in and year out. Credit to his work ethic, credit to his aptitude, and then ultimately credit to the stuff he walks out there with.
We'll stay over there with Andy and then Tim.
Rodon said the other night that he didn't think the blister would impact availability going forward. Is that still the case?
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling, but obviously we'll pay attention to it.
We'll go back to Tim, a little bit further back to the right standing.
On Saturday, Ohtani walked off the field in obvious pain, and the Dodgers said he had a partially dislocated shoulder. What was your reaction when you saw or heard that just 2 days later he'd be right back in the lineup?
Yeah, honestly, all hoping he was okay. You see him walking off holding it like that. Obviously that's a concern, but hopefully he is okay. And, we want to all be out here competing with and against the best. And obviously Shohei embodies that. So hopefully everything's okay. And we'll go get to go compete against him.
Last question or two for Aaron. All right, Aaron, thanks so much. Appreciate it.